Well, the legislation calls for, it's called SOAR, so it's small off-road engines, so below 25 horsepower, which is going to impact a lot of different industries because your pest control guys are using gas engine, your soft wash guys are using gas engines, power washer is going to be really impacted by this. And then commercial cleaning, which is a big one for California too, because a bulk of your commercial cleaning manufacturers are in California, and they make the truck mounted equipment, so which is gas engines. Now, a lot of the commercial cleaning guys will be able to work around that because they'll just up the size of their engines to go above 25 horsepower. And that's going to be a great short-term answer, but long-term, the legislation is only going to continue. And at some point, they're going to eliminate gas engines altogether, so it'll truly impact everybody. It's going to be a serious amount of work for all manufacturers. They're going to have to redesign their systems out of the gas engines. It's going to cost them a lot of money. I feel bad for the companies that are their businesses are built around gas engine systems because it's going to be a lot of work trying to get out of that. Now, great news is there are pump options out there for them, and we have the pumps that can replace the gas engines all on 12 volt. And be very effective, and they don't have to miss a beat on their performance with the Pumptec pumps. Well, it's a tough one because so many pump companies over the years have launched a 12-volt pump that they claimed was the answer to everybody's problem. It's going to replace gas engines, and in nearly every case, they didn't. They didn't perform, they didn't live, And that's what's been hard on Pumptec over the years, is trying to overcome the lie that other companies have presented to make people understand that when you have a true commercial pump that's designed for high performance, it can be done on 12 volt. It doesn't have to be the low performing 12 volts that these guys have been used to over the years. A lot of people say, hey, you've got to have, to do the same job that these guys are doing out there, you're going to need like 4 batteries, or one article said 40 batteries or something like that. That's crazy. That's just not realistic. I mean, we can take a Pumptec pump, put it on a power washing unit, a commercial cleaning truck mount, soft wash unit, and we can create all the performance they need and run them all day long on one battery charge. We don't need 4 or 5 batteries. There's not going to be a tremendous amount of downtime. The batteries are not going to be the issue that I think a lot of people believe they are. Battery technology today is tremendous, and we can get people through the day on one charge without them having to carry extra batteries and the risk and everything that comes along with that. So. Specifically in California, noise has been a big issue for these companies. They can't work early in the mornings, can't work late in the evenings because of the noise ordinances that you have in a lot of the areas in California. So they don't. It's unexpected that they see the noise level of this pump and the value that brings to their operation, because now their guys can be in neighborhoods early in the morning, later in the evening to get the jobs done. Additionally, comes the obvious, which is service. I mean, gas engines, they need oil changes, they need service, and in the absence of that, they don't run well. So with a Pumptec 12-volt pump, there is no service needed. There's no oil. There's no maintenance aside from just basic pump maintenance that you do for any pump. Oh. And then, of course, no emissions. And that's a huge value because it's going to be. I think that's going to be one of our greatest selling features for the California marketplace. We're not creating any emission issues. Mm-hmm. No noise, no emissions, starts anytime, anywhere. Additionally, that compact size, I mean, it actually can change their operation and save them from a lot of unnecessary expenses. We're not taking up a lot of space. A gas engine is fairly large, and we can replace that gas engine in a 1.5 foot footprint, that stands maybe 8 or 10 inches tall, and give them all the performance they're used to. I think it's important for all these people to understand. There's truly a solution out there for this, and as much as I hate to see companies have to struggle and suffer through this type of legislation, it doesn't have to impact their business. California has given us enough time to put the solution out there and keep these people's business up and running. Well, it's a pretty simple process for us, mainly because even though a lot of these companies are using these large gas engine systems, when it comes to pumps, it's all about pressure and flow. And your nozzles are going to kind of dictate what flow you need to put out. Well, these gas engines are putting out a lot more flow than these guys are actually utilizing through the nozzles. So our process is whenever they call in, we find out what their nozzle size are and what flow and GPM they need. And the nozzle size really gives us everything. We ask the flow and GPM just as added data, but we can figure everything out from the nozzle size. And once they give us that nozzle size and we determine the pressure and flow, then we can just convert them right into a 12-volt pump easily.